Hi everyone, welcome back to the Astrology channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kaylin, and today we're going to be looking at your August 2025 horoscope. This is a tropical Western astrological reading, and you can watch your horoscope for your ascendant, sun, and moon sign. However, if you've only got time to watch one horoscope today, then I would start off with your ascendant sign, which is also known as your rising sign. If you're wanting to see more astrological content and updates from me, please feel free to check out my Instagram and Facebook accounts. It's the same handle, which is Astrology. Without further ado though, let's get into your August horoscope. Hi Pisces Sun, Moon and Risings, welcome to your August 2025 horoscope. Let's begin by looking at career and business for you. As we enter the month, Mars will still be in Virgo in your 7th house. So that'll be for the first 7 days of the month. So the 7th house in astrology is one of the business houses, and it represents our one-to-one personal relationships. So this can indicate that you may be pushed outside of your comfort zone. So that could come through via one of your relationships with a client, or it could even just be that a proposition that they put forward to you or something that they ask of you is maybe a great opportunity, but it's just something that you're not comfortable with because maybe you haven't done it before, or you just don't have a lot of experience with whatever they are requesting of you. On a different note, there may be cause for you to go through some kind of conflict resolution with a client or with someone that you are in a working business relationship with. If you do have a business partner, then this could be a time where the two of you are working really hard on some kind of shared goal or objective. As we enter the month, we're still in Leo season, so the sun will be transiting your 6th house for the first 3 or so weeks of August. So you can really shine at work, you can have a lot of creative energy to channel into your work. Something else to consider though is that Mercury will be in Leo in your 6th house for the whole month of August, but as you enter the month, Mercury's still retrograde in your 6th house, and it will not be direct until the 11th of August. So there may be a lot of pieces to move around the chessboard for those first 10-11 days of the month. Maybe you are trying to complete some kind of work project. Your schedule as it relates to work could be pretty hectic, so there could be some changes to meetings or deadlines, but by the time you get to the 11th of August, something in your work life or in your professional life or to do with your work projects and commitments can have stabilized, but just know that Mercury will not be out of its post-shadow retrograde period until almost the very end of the month. So there could be still a few things that you need to tease out. So on the 23rd of August, this is when Virgo season will start. And in fact, we're going to have a new moon in Virgo in your 7th house at 0 degrees. So with the sun transiting your 7th house for basically about 4 weeks, there's a really big focus here on your one-to-one working collaborations, business partnerships, plus your client relationships. Because there's a new moon in Virgo in your 7th house, and it is actually making a very tight square to Uranus in your 4th house, there may be a development in your working relationship or business partnerships which catches you off guard, or it could just be that you are both really excited about something and there's this new development and there's swift action that is taken as a result of this collaboration that you have entered into. Or, even if you have an existing working relationship, maybe there's a new opportunity here, a new goal that you are sharing and wanting to work on, or it could actually be a new job offer altogether because of this new moon in your 7th house, which rules over contracts. So there could be an opportunity for you to apply for a job, or maybe someone is asking you to work for them or to take on more responsibility. Okay, so lastly, as it relates to career and business, on the 25th or 26th of August, depending where you live in the world, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo, which means it will be transiting your 6th house. So Venus transiting your 6th house through till the 18th of September can indicate that there are things in your work that you are enjoying, because wherever Venus goes, we enjoy something about that house. So you could be having enjoyable interactions with people that you work with or your employees, or there's maybe something in the work that you're doing that you are finding is allowing you to tap into your creative energy. So looking at finances and property, for the first half of August, Saturn and Neptune, which is one of your ruling planets, will get as close as possible to making an exact conjunction, but it won't quite be exact. That won't happen until February 2026, but this is occurring in your 2nd house, and the 2nd house relates to your personal finances, resources, income, and so on and so forth. So you could be looking at generating a new stream of income. Maybe you've already had ideas about this, but you could be, I suppose, taking real action towards that, or coming up with the goal or the plan as you progress throughout the month of August. A new financial goal could be birthed during this time. So maybe there's something really important to you that you want to save up for. That could be property, that could be some kind of investment, that could be related to starting your own business. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just highlighted here astrologically for you that finances and resources will very much be at the forefront of your mind in the month of August. And certainly there could be an investment opportunity that presents itself, even if you've maybe already done the saving up. It could be that you're actually looking at signing important contracts here. And even with Saturn ruling over your 11th house, which is Capricorn, maybe this is related to your long-term financial security or big goal or dream that you have. Even if it's not about investments for yourself and saving up money for something that you want, maybe you are looking at how you can raise funds or contribute to some kind of humanitarian cause or something that is much bigger than yourself, given that Saturn rules over your 11th house. So with respect to property, Saturn in Aries in your 2nd house and Neptune in Aries in your 2nd house are both going to make sextiles to Uranus in Gemini in your 4th house in the month of August. So they will be sextiling Uranus the entire time, but the exact sextiles will take place on the 12th of August and then on the 28th/29th of August. So Uranus is in your 4th house, and the sextiles here represent an opportunity for you to enhance, improve, or change your property and living situation for the better. And I say for the better because of the sextile. Okay, so this represents an opportunity that needs to be either pursued, accepted, capitalized, or actioned. And that's because that's how sextiles work. It's not just something that lands in our lap, which is kind of more like the energy of a trine. A sextile is something you have to participate in and engage in. So I do see many Pisces setting goals and taking action towards shifting their property and living situation. That can play out on different levels depending on your personal set of circumstances. For some of you, this could look like relocating to somewhere that you want to move, whether that is interstate or overseas. For others of you, maybe it's about moving to your dream location, even if that's 1 hour from where you live, or maybe it's about upsizing or downsizing. I'll leave that with you. You can let me know in the comment section below whether this is something that you're trying to facilitate. And now let's shift gears and have a look at family and home life for you. So first off, I want to start by talking about children. For those of you who want children, well, Jupiter and Venus are transiting your 5th house together for almost the whole of August. So this is something which can indicate getting pregnant, or your partner getting pregnant, or maybe you are finding out news that you will become a grandparent. Jupiter is transiting your 5th house for the whole next 11 months, okay? This is a 12-month transit that started last month on the 10th of June and will run till the 30th of June in 2026. So Venus and Jupiter are both the lesser and greater benefics in astrology. Benefic, being derived from the word benefit here. So it's something that bestows blessings and good fortune. I do have to say that if you have children, challenges may arise in the first few days of the month and then maybe around the 23rd of August. So in the first couple of days of the month, we've got Venus in Cancer in your 5th house relating to children, squaring Saturn and Neptune in your 2nd house. And then on the 23rd of August, Venus in Cancer in your 5th house will square Chiron in Aries in your 2nd house. So your values may be tested here when it comes to your children, and maybe this is about conversations around sharing toys with other people, resources, or feeling pressured to compromise your values as it relates to parenting or children or what you're buying for them. And lastly, as it relates to children, Venus conjunct Jupiter in your 5th house can indicate a positive development in the life of one of your children, and certainly potential for a blessing and even a miracle. And I don't say that lightly, okay? The reason I say this is because Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. It loves to be in the sign of Cancer, and it hasn't been in Cancer for 11 to 12 years. And this particular conjunction is taking place on the fixed star Sirius. So this could not be more auspicious. Sirius is all about compassion, unconditional love, and it is highly, highly spiritual. So you can absolutely make a wish on this date, on the 12th of August, for the health of a child in your life, even if it's not your own child. Maybe this is to get pregnant or to become a father or a grandparent, or ask for a blessing for one of your children or all of your children, right? So let's shift gears now. I'm still talking about family, but putting that to the side. Your home life and family life is being activated by the new moon that we have in Virgo. And I say that because the new moon in Virgo in your 7th house is going to square Uranus in Gemini in your 4th house. So this could indicate that there are unexpected communications from a family member. Maybe there's a bit of a curveball here where they're asking a favor of you, or you're hearing from them out of the blue and you're like, I don't even speak to you often. What do you want? Where is this coming from? But there could also be like a chance encounter. Maybe you are running into them, or you are moving the needle forward in your relationship with a family member in an unexpected way. Okay, so that could look like maybe you're not close and now you're agreeing to catch up, just as an example. Lastly, for family stuff, for want of a better term, having Uranus and Gemini in your 4th house and then sextiling Saturn and Neptune in your 2nd house could indicate that there may be some sort of opportunity for you with a family member, and that could be for them to help you out with finances or with resources, or maybe you are assisting them. Maybe you're talking about going into business together with a family member, or you could just be having a really healing conversation which somehow shifts your personal set of values, especially as it relates to family situation in general, for the better or to something that is more positive. So let's have a look at love and relationships. On the whole, things look pretty good because we've got Venus in your 5th house of love and relationships, and we've got Jupiter here as well, and that conjunction taking place. But that's not to say that there aren't some challenge days that I'm going to highlight for you. So the first few days of the month, with Venus in Cancer in your 5th house squaring Saturn and Neptune in your 2nd house, there may be painful conversations or just emotions that arise that touch on things like your personal set of values, your financial situation, whether this is your ability to be a provider, what you feel you have or don't have, question marks around feelings of worthiness or self-esteem. And this can apply to you whether you're in a relationship or single, right? So if you're in a relationship, maybe you're questioning how honored you feel in terms of your self-worth and worthiness. Like, is my partner prioritizing me? Is this how I deserve to be treated? Okay. If you're single, maybe this is you just ruminating over the first few days of the month on, I guess, how to welcome a relationship into your life or how to welcome love into your life. And so again, maybe feelings about how worthy you are maybe coming up to the surface. The other date I was going to flag with you was the 23rd of August. So this is when we're going to have Venus in Cancer in your 5th house squaring Chiron in Aries in your 2nd house. So again, these same topics could be coming up once more. But I repeat, Venus and Jupiter in Cancer together for almost a whole month is ultimately very, very positive for you in terms of love and relationships, because the 5th house rules over love, romance, dating, sex, and Venus is the planet of love and relationships. So here you can welcome maybe more love into your life, more romance, maybe taking your relationship to the next level, maybe experiencing some kind of blessing taking place on your existing relationship, more so around the 12th of August. And even if you're single, you could just feel a lot more optimistic about your romantic life, and there could be tangible reasons for that. Maybe you're getting more swipes on your dating profile. Maybe you have entered into a friendship group, or you've started networking more and you can see that there are more opportunities for you that are coming through on the horizon. Jupiter is your ruling planet, and in the month of August, it's going to transit the degrees of 11 through till 17 degrees. So the Pisces who are from 11 to 17 degrees, and bingo points if you're 14 degrees, are more likely than the other Pisces to experience the potency of this trine. That doesn't mean good things can't happen to the other Pisceans. It's just if you're in those brackets, then you're more likely to see these things arise in your life, okay? When it comes to your existing relationship, that Venus-Jupiter conjunction on the 12th of August could indicate that there's healing that comes through, forgiveness, unconditional love, and I would absolutely be utilizing that date, the 12th of August, to write down what it is that you want to welcome into your life or manifest into your life. And that relates to love, romance, as well as if you want to start a family, if you want to heal your relationship with your child, if you want to wish for grandchildren, use that date to really manifest what it is that you are wanting to see in your life. Now, lastly, let's have a look at the full moon in Aquarius. So this is taking place on the 9th of August, and it'll be occurring in your 12th house. So the 12th house is one of the hidden houses in astrology. It's very much related to psychology, esoteric practices, and also mental health. So the full moon in the 12th house could actually lead to you having some kind of emotional breakthrough or some kind of epiphany or awakening. and maybe experiencing some kind of depressive episode dissipating or lifting from your life, maybe releasing pain from the past, maybe overcoming a stint where you felt that your mental health had been suffering. And for others of you, you could be overcoming certain addictions or vices or self-sabotaging behavior. In any case, Pisces, I just want you to remember that Jupiter trining you from the 5th house is ultimately leading you to more joy, happiness, satisfaction, inner peace, and even increased creativity and feeling like you have more energy to channel into the things that bring you joy. So Pisces, that's all I have for you for your August horoscope. If you enjoyed this video, can you do me a favor and please give the video a thumbs up? If you want to see more content on this channel, hit the subscribe button. And I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. So if you are wanting more astrological updates between now and my next batch of videos, you can follow me at Kastrology. So it's the same handle. In any case, enjoy your month ahead, Pisces, and I'll see you next month when we've got eclipse season happening and an eclipse in your sign. So definitely stay tuned. Enjoy your month ahead, and I'll see you then.